are now more than 3 months away from President Biden's, I thought, very powerful and important speech of January 6, 2021, when he spelled out for the first time, not only in his presidency, but in his candidacy for president, the depths of the crisis of democracy in the United States and the extent to which responsibility for that lies at the feet of Donald Trump and the MAGA cult, which has morphed into the GOP, or the GOP, which has morphed into the MAGA cult. That was more than 3 months ago. It is now pretty clear that that was a very good speech and nothing more. Yes, obviously, the war in Ukraine is an enormous international crisis, which has required a great amount of the president's time. And it is good that he is focusing. And in general, I think he's doing a pretty good job there. I think he's handling it about as well as an American president could since March 24th. But unless we address the crisis of democracy in the United States, the war in Ukraine cannot be won by Ukraine. If the crisis in democracy continues and the Republican Party is returned to power and the MAGA people are further empowered, Putin wins, and American democracy the collapse of American democracy will accelerate. So as much as the war in Ukraine needs to be a priority, President Biden's neglect of the crisis of democracy, and in fact, the whole Democratic Party's neglect of this crisis over the last 3 months. And yes, I know the January 6th Commission is doing their work, and they are doing very good work, but that is not going to solve the problem. And yes, I know that it's difficult to pass voting rights through this Senate, but that alone is not going to solve the problem. We need a holistic approach to this, which begins with continuously communicating the crisis, spelling it out, explaining it to the American people, and mobilizing small d Democrats throughout the United States. And Joe Biden and the Democratic Party are not doing that.